In a digital world overflowing with health advice and endless contradictions, one voice dares to cut through the noise. Meet Carla Tilgman, certified nutritionist from Clifton, Arizona, takes you beyond the confusion, straight to the medical experts. It's all about your health and wellness. Discover what really matters, the real truths, myths, and knowledge. No time-wasting long discussions. This is Health Talk by Carla. Real experts, real talk, real health.
Welcome, everyone, to the very first program of Health Talk by Carla. I'm your host, Carla Tillman, and I'm thrilled you're joining us. Today, we're challenging a long-held belief, milk for strong bones. With us is Dr. Keith Chaffin, a leading nutritional expert, to uncover the dairy dilemma beyond the strong bones myth. Welcome, Dr. Chaffin.
Thank you, Carla. It's a pleasure to be here for your inaugural program. You're right, the message around milk is ingrained, but our understanding must evolve. We need to look beyond marketing and examine dairy's actual impact on health.
Exactly. Let's tackle that foundational belief. Is milk's calcium truly sufficient for strong bones, or is there a more complex picture at play than we've been told?
It's far more complex. Despite its calcium, large studies, including a Swedish one, found higher milk consumption linked to more fractures and higher mortality in women. Animal proteins can increase acid load, causing calcium to be pulled from our bones to neutralize it. This often results in a net negative effect on bone density, a critical point often overlooked.
That's quite a revelation about bone health. Beyond bones, many people report digestive issues after consuming dairy. Is there a scientific basis for this widespread discomfort, Dr. Chaffin?
Absolutely, Carla. This is a huge area where science challenges popular perception. Globally, about 65% of the adult population is lactose intolerant. This means they lack sufficient lactase, the enzyme needed to properly break down lactose, which is the sugar found in milk. When undigested lactose reaches the large intestine, it ferments, leading to those common uncomfortable symptoms like gas, bloating, diarrhea, and cramps. Many people attribute these symptoms to other foods, unknowingly pointing the finger away from dairy, which is often the real culprit. It's a significant factor in daily discomfort for a large segment of the population.
So it's not just the sugar, but also the proteins in milk?
Precisely. Beyond lactose, milk contains proteins like casein and whey, which can act as common triggers for allergies and sensitivities. Casein, in particular, can behave like gluten in sensitive individuals, promoting systemic inflammation. This inflammation can manifest in various ways, from skin problems like acne and eczema to respiratory issues such as asthma. It's not uncommon for individuals to experience clearer skin or fewer respiratory ailments once they remove dairy from their diets. The immune system can perceive these proteins as foreign invaders, initiating an inflammatory response that impacts multiple bodily systems.
That's incredibly insightful. So dairy can affect our bones and digestion and even trigger allergic reactions. What about its impact on our hormonal balance? And how does inflammation tie into all of this?
That's another critical layer to the milk deception, Carla. Milk naturally contains various bioactive hormones, and its consumption stimulates the release of insulin-like growth factor 1, or IGF-1. While IGF-1 is vital for growth in children, chronically elevated levels in adults have been linked to an increased risk of certain cancers, particularly prostate and breast cancer. Think of IGF-1 as a fertilizer for cells. It helps them grow and multiply, which is great for a growing calf or child, but if abnormal or cancerous cells are already present in an adult, elevated IGF-1 levels can inadvertently accelerate their growth. This is a concern that goes beyond basic nutrition, touching on cellular biology and disease progression.
That's quite alarming. And you mentioned inflammation earlier. How does dairy contribute to that? And why is chronic inflammation so problematic?
Inflammation is indeed a major factor. The milk proteins, particularly casein, can trigger inflammatory responses in sensitive individuals. Numerous studies, including research in the Journal of Nutrition and Clinical and Experimental Allergy, demonstrate that dairy can induce these responses. Why is this significant? Because chronic low-grade inflammation is a known driver for a myriad of serious health conditions. We're talking about everything from heart disease and type 2 diabetes to neurodegenerative diseases, which involve the degeneration of brain cells. Sustained inflammation quietly erodes our health over time, and if dairy is a consistent trigger for someone, it can be contributing to these long-term issues without them even realizing it. Many people report reduced joint pain, less bloating, and increased energy simply by eliminating dairy from their diet due to the reduction in inflammation.
This information certainly challenges a lot of our conventional thinking about dairy. For those who are now considering reducing or eliminating traditional dairy, what are some viable alternatives and what should they look for?
The good news, Carla, is that we have an abundance of excellent options today. Not all dairy is necessarily bad, but it's about making informed choices that suit your body. Fermented dairy products like unsweetened yogurt and kefir are often much better tolerated because the beneficial bacteria in them break down much of the lactose. Plus, they offer probiotics, which are fantastic for gut health. Hard cheeses in moderation might also be okay for some, as the lactose content is significantly reduced during the aging process. It really depends on individual tolerance and how your body reacts.
So, for those who want to go entirely dairy-free, what are the best plant-based milks?
For a completely dairy-free approach, there's a wide variety of plant-based milks. Almond milk, coconut milk, oat milk, hemp milk, and soy milk are all good options. The main key here is to choose unsweetened versions to avoid unnecessary added sugars. Many of these alternatives are also fortified with calcium and vitamin D, making them excellent choices for supporting bone health without the potential downsides of cow's milk. The point isn't necessarily to give something up, but rather to make smarter choices that work with your body, not against it. Your body will thank you in the long run.
That's a comprehensive look at alternatives. Before we wrap up, I'm curious about a specific product often found on shelves, malted milk. It sounds benign, but what's your take on it, Dr. Chaffin, and how does it fit into our discussion of dairy's impact?
Carla, malted milk can indeed be quite misleading. Despite its name, it's typically a powdered product primarily made from evaporated milk, malted barley, and wheat flour. So, yes, it absolutely contains dairy, carrying all the inherent proteins and lactose we've just discussed.
So it's not a better or somehow digestion-friendly option, even with the added malt?
Not at all. Most commercial malted milk products are also loaded with significant amounts of added sugars, compounding potential health issues. The malt itself doesn't magically neutralize the dairy components or make it a health food. It's essentially a processed dairy product, and consumers need to be just as vigilant with its ingredients as they would with any other milk item.
That's an important distinction for our listeners. So the core message remains, always check labels carefully, even for products that might seem innocuous. This is truly empowering information, Dr. Chaffin. It's about listening to our bodies and making choices based on science, not just tradition or marketing. So for our listeners, what's your ultimate recommendation for approaching dairy moving forward?
My ultimate recommendation is personal experimentation and awareness. If you regularly consume milk, as many of us do, try removing it from your diet for just 1 week. Replace it with water or unsweetened non-dairy alternatives. Pay close attention to how your body responds. Do you feel less bloated? Is your digestion smoother? Are there fewer skin flare-ups or less joint pain? Your body will provide you with more valuable information than any advertisement ever could. Remember, calcium is readily available in many plant-based sources like leafy greens, nuts, seeds, and beans. Sunlight for vitamin D and weight-bearing exercise are also critical for bone strength.
So it's about a holistic approach to bone health and overall well-being, rather than relying on one single food.
Exactly. The idea that milk is a perfect food for everyone is simply not true. We are, after all, the only species on Earth that drinks milk from another animal after infancy. It's not a natural long-term dietary staple for humans, and for many, it's simply not healthy. The next time you see that glass of milk, ask yourself, are you drinking it because your body truly needs it, or because you were told to since childhood? Sometimes the healthiest choices come when we unlearn the myths we've been sold. Making informed choices always benefits your body. Thank you for having me, Carla.
Thank you, Dr. Chaffin, for shedding light on such a vital topic and helping us make more informed decisions about our health. And thank you, listeners, for joining us on Health Podcaster. We hope you found this discussion illuminating. Join us next time for more health insights.